Peter Obi's statement that a nation with more churches than industries cannot prosper. And the church folks, particularly those young men who are general overseers, whose lives are dependent upon getting money from the people, attacked me, called me philosophical pastor, as if you don't need philosophy in Christianity. That's why most of you don't reason. So, let me state some facts up front. First of all, from my video, the word industry does not mean factory. Industry is a group of businesses. So you have the music industry, you have the aviation industry. And one of somebody commenting, I told him that your church has a plaza where people rent and the church gets money. Your church sells paper and my printing press. I have a printing press. I'm an ordained clergyman. I have a printing press. My press buys paper from you. I also print materials from your printing press owned by your diocese. Your diocese has a fish farm. Your diocese has halls that they rent out, which I also rent. So your diocese has investments. And I gave an example of the Nnewi Diocese of the Anglican Communion that has rice farm. They sell rice. They have computer centers. They are into oil and gas. They have schools. They have several investments. I gave another example of the Onitsha Diocese of the Catholic Church that has 5 big functional hospitals, and they are into several multi-million naira businesses. I gave an example of the richest Catholic priest, at least in Nigeria, if not the whole world, Father Ede, that has 2 universities, has banks, has paper mill, has printing press. I think he has a bottling company, and he is not flamboyant. He doesn't have a private jet. And the writer said that his major interest is humanity. And there are several, the Maris brothers in Uturu, they have tractors, they have workshop, they have poultry, they have hatchery, they have hospital, they have schools in Uturu. So, I have traveled and seen. I was in the hospital where my son works in Germany about 4 days back. It is established, or it was established by the Roman Catholic Church. Big hospital with a chapel, so small chapel inside. And I know that chapel will not be making noise to disturb people. So, when Peter Obi said that he will turn night vigils to night shifts, the average Nigerian Christian is a reactive person. They are like attack bulldogs. Peter Obi cannot become president again. Shut up your mouth. It's like those of you who tell me that I won't preach in your churches. Shut up your mouth. How much do you give to me? What do I need to preach in your church for? Do you know what companies pay me to speak? Do you know the businesses I do? Some of you just have entitlement mentality. Now that Peter Obi is not president, who is suffering more? Is it Peter Obi or you? Let bag of rice become 1 million. Peter Obi will buy it. You just wake up, you start talking anyhow. Number 2, do you love God more than Peter Obi? Do you love the church more than Peter Obi? Peter Obi has donated more to the church than your general overseer. Peter Obi's brother is a Catholic priest. That means they sacrificed a whole human being, man, from a wealthy family. You don't know that they own Next supermarket. You don't know that they own Next supermarket around Nigeria. You don't know how many things Peter Obi is the sole importer in Nigeria or even West Africa. Peter Obi has donated more to the church than you. And you that is doing all night, you stayed night vigil. I'm always wondering how Peter Obi goes without security in some places. I always wonder how he's able to shake his enemies, shake those who voted against him, shake his... I have been thinking, excuse me, I've been thinking, what confidence does this man have? He believes in God. Those of you going to night vigils, it's fear. Some of you also go to native doctors. Now, let's analyze night vigils. I have done night vigils as a young pastor. We go there, we sing most times and dance most times. And by the time the message is on, people are sleeping. Ushers will be going around waking the people sleeping. And then, at the end of the day, you will close, you will go and sleep, you won't go to work. I know a church behind me here. Ironically, it is a factory that closed down that the church is using. Another church is there in the same factory that closed down. Another church is there in the same factory that closed down. So we are doing churches in a factory we could revitalize that will employ people. So, you go to the night vigil. Do you really maximize the time? The night vigil, is it not a mentality of an African that they are meeting they meet by 12 o'clock, so stay awake, it is by 12 o'clock that they are meeting? Is it not the mentality that demonic activities take place at night? That's why you are awake to pray against them. If the God you serve neither sleeps nor slumber, why do you have to stay awake with him at the same time? Why don't you sleep, let him take care of you? Why? If you love staying awake, why don't you go and be a security guard? Most night vigils are not effectively used. If you pray from 4 o'clock to say 7 o'clock during the day, 7 says 4 o'clock, or let's say 6 o'clock to even 9 o'clock, 3 hours of prayer is enough. God is not a wicked God like your father or like Dr. Apokin. He is a merciful God. Before you even start praying, he has heard. So, some people say, why don't I talk to Muslims? Why would I talk to Muslims? I don't have control over another person's servant. Now let me ask you a simple question. The tomatoes you eat, who grows it? The cows you eat, who rears them? The sheep you eat, who rears them? The onions you use, who plants them? The carrot you use, who plants them? The watermelon you eat, who plants them? The beans you eat, who plants them? The rice you are carrying from the bagged rice, tomato puree, is produced in the north. And they are predominantly Muslims. What do you produce? 6% of Nigeria's GDP centers around animal husbandry. How many animals are in your prayer camps? Then let's come to oil. The same oil Nigeria has, Saudi Arabia has, Kuwait has, Qatar has, Oman has, all the Gulf states that produce oil. Can you compare Nigeria to those states? They have invested their money well.